Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into something that's been generating a lot of buzz lately, AI, and more specifically, how it can generate some passive income.
Hmm.
Everyone loves the idea of a little extra cash flow, right?
Right.
So we're taking a closer look at Jat Bot and this intriguing claim they made in a recent blog post. Something about share Jat Bot to get 5% revenue forever. 5% forever. Okay, now you've got my attention.
Yeah, that'll definitely turn some heads.
Definitely. But one thing that stood out to me, they mentioned this rapidly increasing demand for AI tools.
Mm.
It does seem like everywhere you turn, there's a new AI this or AI that. So is this a real trend or just some clever marketing lingo?
Well, there's definitely a lot of hype around AI right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not just hype, there's some real substance behind it. We are seeing a massive increase in AI development and its use across so many different industries now.
Okay, so it's not just tech companies using AI anymore.
No, not at all. It's really fascinating, actually. Everyone from artists and musicians to entrepreneurs and small business owners, they're all realizing the potential AI has to boost their productivity and really amp up their creative output.
Wow, it really does seem like AI is everywhere you look these days. But what makes Jatbot's approach unique, or at least different from other players in the field?
Well, one thing that really caught my eye was their referral program, specifically how they structured it compared to, let's say, some of their competitors.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, take ChatGPT, for example. They're hugely popular right now.
Okay.
But they don't actually have a referral program at all. And neither does Poe, which is another big name in the AI world. And sure, some platforms offer those one-time referral bonuses, refer a friend and get a discount or something. But that's not really the same as what Jatbot is offering, which is ongoing commissions.
And that's what's really intriguing here, right? Jatbot advertises this rare and valuable 5% lifetime commission. And they really hammered home these three key points. The rare lifetime commission, highlighting that it's not just a one-time thing. Then there's the continuity of earnings, meaning it's not just a one-time payout, it's ongoing. And then comprehensive coverage, meaning you get a cut of everything purchased by someone you refer.
Yeah.
So from a business perspective, what's the strategy behind such a generous offer? It does seem a little too good to be true, doesn't it?
I can see why you might think that. It does sound very generous. But think of it this way. Referral programs like this, they can be incredibly effective growth hacking tools, especially for startups trying to make a name for themselves. Instead of pouring tons of money into traditional advertising, Jatbot is essentially turning their own users into their marketing department.
That's a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, it's like building a network of advocates, people who believe in the product enough to tell their friends and colleagues about it. And it's a lot more cost-effective than, say, billboard ads or TV commercials.
Right, because people are more likely to trust a recommendation from someone they know. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. How does this actually benefit the average person? Someone like me or our listeners who might be considering using Jatbot. What's in it for us?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Well, the potential upside is pretty obvious, right? I mean, passive income, who doesn't love that idea?
Right. Money for doing, well, basically nothing.
Exactly. You just share your referral link, people sign up for Jatbot through your link, and bam, you get a percentage of their payments. And not just a one-time thing, this is ongoing. Every time they pay, you get a cut. Forever.
Okay, so theoretically, if Jatbot takes off, and I mean really takes off, that 5% could actually add up to something substantial over time.
Exactly. That's the dream, right? But of course, there's always a catch.
Yeah, I figured that there had to be a catch. I was wondering when we'd get to that.
Well, with any referral program, but especially one this generous, the success really hinges on the quality of the product, the service being offered.
Mhm.
In this case, if people just aren't feeling Jatbot, if it's not delivering on its promises, then all those referrals you've racked up, they won't really mean much, will they?
Makes sense. You're not going to recommend something to your friends and family if you don't actually believe in it. Right?
Exactly. People can see through that, It's all about trust.
Trust, authenticity, all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm starting to understand the referral program a little better, but let's shift gears for a second and talk about the core product here, these AI generators. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure I understand what those are.
Sure. So AI generators are basically tools that use, well, artificial intelligence to create different types of content. Think of it like a really, really smart writing assistant, or maybe even a team of writers, all rolled into one.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me some examples. What kind of content can these AI generators actually create?
Oh, all sorts of things. I mean, you name it. They can generate Written content like articles, blog posts, social media updates, even poetry if you're feeling artsy.
Wow, poetry writing AI, that's pretty wild.
It is pretty amazing what they can do these days. And it's not just written content either. Some AI generators specialize in creating images, music, even computer code.
Okay, that's starting to paint a clearer picture. So, it sounds like Jat Bot is really tapping into this growing need for AI-powered content creation. But how can we be sure their AI generators are any good? I mean, as we said earlier, there's a new AI tool popping up every day. How do we know if Jat Bots is worth our time and money?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And unfortunately, there's no easy answer, no magic formula. It's kind of like anything else in life, you tend to get what you pay for. Some AI generators are incredibly sophisticated, producing really high-quality output, while others are, well, let's just say they're still working out the kinks.
So how do we separate the wheat from the chaff? What are some things we should be looking for when we're evaluating Jat Bots AI generators?
Well, the first thing you need to do is really think about your specific needs. What are you hoping to accomplish with an AI generator? What are your goals?
Right, because a tool that's great for generating, say, short, catchy advertising copy might not be the best fit for someone who's trying to write a novel.
Exactly. So think about what types of content you need to create, how much customization you need, and how important ease of use is to you. And don't be afraid to really dig into the details, compare Jatbot's offerings to what their competitors are offering.
So it's not just about whether Jat Bots AI generators work, it's about whether they work for you specifically.
Precisely. And that's where things get really interesting because the real value of an AI generator, it goes beyond just saving time and effort. It's about unlocking new possibilities,
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of what you thought was possible.
That's a really good point. I think we often get caught up in the practical aspects, the productivity gains, which are definitely important. But AI does have this potential to be so much more than just a tool. It can help us be more creative, more innovative, maybe even a little bit more human in our thinking.
I couldn't agree more. And I think that's why it's crucial to approach this whole AI gold rush, this explosion of tools and technologies, with a healthy dose of both curiosity and a critical eye. Don't just jump on the bandwagon because everyone else is doing it. Take some time to actually understand the technology, explore its potential, and decide for yourself if it aligns with your values, your goals, and ultimately whether it's something you want to invest in, not just financially, but intellectually as well.
That's really resonating with me because it's so easy to get caught up in the hype, especially when there's the allure of passive income. But at the end of the day, it's really about making informed decisions, decisions that align with our values and where we want to go.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. And that brings us back to JatBot. We've talked about their, shall we say, unique referral program, the potential of these AI generators. But there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to examine here.
And what's that?
The company itself.
That's right. We've got to look beyond the technology, the bells and whistles, and really consider the people behind it all.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. When you're considering partnering with a company, even if it's indirectly through a referral program like this, it's always worth doing your due diligence, right? So what does that look like? Well, you got to ask yourself some questions. What's their mission, their overall goal? What are the values they stand for? Do they treat their employees well? Do they have a good track record? Ethically speaking, these are all things that matter.
It's like checking someone's references before you hire them. You want to make sure they're legit.
Exactly. So how do you find this information about a company, about JatBot in this case? Well, a good place to start is their website.
Right. Most companies have an About Us section or something like that.
They do, and those are often surprisingly revealing. But don't stop there. Look for press releases, articles written about them, check out their social media, even see what people are saying about them on sites like Glassdoor or LinkedIn. You can often find some real insights there.
So it's really about aligning yourself with a company that shares your values, your principles.
Precisely. You want to feel good about recommending JatBot to others, knowing you're not just promoting a product or service, but also a company that you genuinely believe in.
I think that's a really important takeaway from our conversation today. We started by talking about AI and its potential for generating passive income. Then we delved into JatBot's unique referral program, and we explored the exciting world of AI generators. But ultimately, it all comes down to trust and making informed decisions that align with our values. Expert speaker, any final thoughts for our listeners before we wrap up today's deep dive?
AI is such a powerful tool, a game changer in so many ways. It really has the potential to transform how we live, how we work, how we interact with the world around us. But like with any tool, it's how we use it that matters. And that requires knowledge, a little bit of skepticism, and a commitment to using this technology responsibly and ethically. So, yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions, do your research, and most importantly, trust your gut.
Well said. And remember, this is your journey. Take your time, explore, experiment, and discover what AI can do for you. Maybe Jatbot is the perfect fit, maybe it's not. The important thing is that you're equipped to make that decision for yourself. Well, that's it for our deep dive into Jatbot and the exciting world of AI-generated passive income. We hope you found this exploration insightful, maybe even a little bit inspiring. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep digging deeper, and most importantly, keep learning.